Hey, what's going on, Virgo? Thank you so much for being here. You guys, I really do appreciate your time and your energy. And you guys, just thank you so much for being here. This is going to be your, second half of March reading for 2019. Like the year is really just blazing by. All right. So Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is going to be your general read for the second half of March. So roughly the 15th through the 31st of March of 2019. Again, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If the messages don't resonate to you, then just leave them where they are. Do not force the messages, okay? Just check out your Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. All right, I'm going to be pulling an overall energy for you guys for the second half of March, pretty much keeping the same formula for the first half. All right. Oh, so we got two cards to come out for you guys, Virgo. So what is this about? All right. So we have Scorpio, I transform. And then we also have the second house, owing. Okay. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. Okay, Virgo, I feel like for a lot of you, there may be certain money matters that you're going through, certain money matters that are changing for you, possibly changing for the better here. You guys may be, in line for like some sort of promotion, maybe a new job, maybe a job transfer. Okay, something that's going to really, boost you and escalate you guys during this time. Okay, Virgo. I do feel like this energy, it may, be speaking to, again, like a work situation or a job situation, but at the same time, it could be speaking to, your home situation, anything that you own, your home, your car, just anything that you own, anything that's tangible, any, sort of, again, this is definitely earth energy. This is actually Taurus energy here, this card. So this is definitely within your element here. So there could be some things on the home front, or some things within like the job front, or just some things within the material world for you, Virgo, that is undergoing some sort of transformation, some sort of change, some sort of restoration maybe. But let's pull some tarot and see what that means for you, okay? Spirit, please allow us to be able to interpret the messages for Virgo for the second half of March of 2019. Definitely had a couple of cards to fly out. I'm just going to put them back in. And, well, wow. You guys got a lot of information on when it comes out. All right, Virgo. All right, and our card under the deck we'll put there. All right, so let's take a look at what the central energy looks like coming into the second half of March. Okay, the Five of Swords. Okay, so for some of you, there may be like some sort of, maybe a disagreement that you have with those around you. Some sort of, being on the outs here. I feel like, this is this energy where like, nobody is really happy. Like, yeah, you may have won the argument, you may have made your point, but at the same time, it was at the, it came with the price. It came with it came with the cost of, now you having to, kind of be alone and walk in your own, truth and your own advice, or, just in some sort of way, it's where, you've almost kind of what's the word? It's almost like you've kind of de-armed those around you's like their ammunition, Or that could be where, you know, that's happened with you. You know, there's been some sort of argument, some sort of match, some sort of, you know, fight, if you will, with those around you that are just it's just left everyone in a very, you know, I wish I could take certain things back in a way. Okay. Now with this, in relation to this may be where, you know, you guys, because 5 does represent, you know, some sort of change somewhere. Maybe someone has changed their mind about the way things about the way things needs to work when it comes to, you know, matters of stability. Maybe you wanted things to change, Virgo, or someone around you needed things to change, and, you know, maybe you wanted things to stay the same, or they wanted things to stay the same. Either way. The past energies here is the Tower. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So at some point here, at some point in the past, maybe recently, there was definitely a shakeup. There was definitely something that just kind of threw the situation for a loop, okay? Something is causing you to actually have to make changes to your finances, or make changes to, you know, your home, or, you know, your car, or anything tangible. You know, you guys may be having to downsize, you know, or, you know, liquidate assets, or you may have had to. Present environment here is the World. Okay. Okay. So that situation, as of right now, I feel like it's really kind of, for you, Virgo, it's really kind of opened up a channel, or it's opened up, you know, a doorway for you to really be able to step into. And I think that's what maybe the people around you don't really agree with. They're like, Virgo, how can you abandon us? How can, you know, we're going through all of this together. Like, we're going through this crazy, you know, time, you know, how can you abandon us? How can you, you know, walk away, you know? And maybe you don't see it that way, Virgo. Maybe you see it as you, maybe you see it as the catalyst for you to go ahead and step into this new beginning. You're like, okay, well, you know what? All right, this has happened. So, you know, obviously that means that, you know, something wasn't lined up right, possibly. So I really feel like with the World card here, you do have the opportunity to really step into something new around this time. Okay? Or tie up loose ends with whatever happened here with this Tower card, and really put everything to an end. Okay? Future potential energies, we have the Princess of Cups. So Princess of Cups, or, you know, Page of Cups, however you want to look at it. I do feel like for a lot of you, this is like new, uncharted emotional territory for you, Virgo. You know, Virgo, I think that maybe for a lot of you, for a long time, you may have been like kind of fearing a certain change approaching, and had been kind of hesitant to make that change. And then that's when the Tower card happened. Like, no, you need to make this change. You know, things happened so that you actually could move forward and tie up loose ends and move forward into a brand new beginning, into a brand new, maybe a brand new endeavor. Okay. But I do feel like this is like kind of uncharted territory for you emotionally, Virgo, or this could just be someone around you who is, I feel like this could possibly be someone around you who may be like helping to give you some sort of vision. Okay. We got the Scorpio here. We got the Princess of Cups here. So there's definitely this water energy as well. You know, there's someone that's around you that is helping you make this change. It could possibly be someone brand new that wasn't necessarily in your circle or in your environment before. Okay. Underlying here is the 8 of Pentacles. So yeah, Virgo, so you definitely aren't afraid of any hard work here. You're definitely, willing and ready to put in the hard work. You're willing and ready to, just really focus and just kind of bury yourself, maybe possibly in, in your work, to help ensure that, you make this transition smoothly. I feel like others around you may have already noticed that. And it's like, hey, Virgo, we see here that you're really extra focused, but I don't think that you've been really focused in any of like, maybe any team efforts or any, maybe team projects or anything. It's more so, I feel like you've been kind of focused in your own, in your own projects and in your own, things that you want to carry out. Okay, so your present environment shows the King of Wands. So this is definitely your energy, Virgo. Well, I mean, it's fire energy, but I see this as your energy. I see this as you kind of really sitting here, like kind of knowing what the right thing to do is. And seeing everything that has transpired and knowing what needs to come next. And I really feel like you have considered, how other people are going to think here in this situation. However, with the King of Wands, I definitely don't feel as though it's going to stop you from doing the things that are necessary. Okay. And then I do even feel like at some level, I do feel like, the people that are around you, as much as they definitely don't like the changes that are occurring, I do feel like in a way they still kind of look up to you. They still do want to see you succeed. But I do feel like maybe kind of what the, argument or what the conflict is that there's like, it's like, well, I didn't think that you would do it that way, Virgo, I didn't think that you would be so selfish, and I don't feel, I feel, excuse me, Virgo, because I just really feel like that's just kind of the energy where, a lot of us are going to be here, during this mid-month of March, where people are going to be looking at you and they're going to be like, well, Virgo, yeah, things need to change. Things need to transform. We need to figure out how we can really, get things to work out or work in a certain way. But I think that you've been kind of looking at the situation like, well, it hasn't been working that way in the past. Or, it's where, it's like, no, you kind of see where, the hiccup is going to come from when you're listening to other people's opinions, or you're listening to other people's, input about something. Okay, hopes and fears here. So the death card, all right? So again, Scorpio energy, definitely Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy again, definitely. I feel like you guys are definitely, yeah, it's like there's this change that's coming, or this change that's already happened, but it's where there's almost like this resistance, okay? There's almost this resistance. We have a new beginning, new beginnings, endings, or endings, new beginnings, and then we have endings to new beginnings here, okay? Again, transform, something ends so something else can begin, or something dies so something else can, thrive, okay? Excuse me. I just really see you contemplating, Virgo. Like you're just steady contemplating, like, like you're just steadily contemplating, do I satisfy those around me, or do I satisfy myself? You know, um, do I build my own self up, or do I continue to, kind of crash and burn with, those around me? Interesting. Ace of Swords. So here's this perspective that you get. Virgo. I feel like towards the end of March, a lot of you end up with this brand new perspective on it. You know, you may even find a solution here to the issue. There's this idea, I feel like there's this idea that everybody agrees to, everybody says yes to. I think that's what you've been kind of really sitting here contemplating about, is how can you do this? How can you make this change to where everyone is going to be happy? How can you make this transformation to where everyone is going to be satisfied? You know, and toward the end of the month, and it may even be longer than that, but I do feel like you guys do figure that out. Okay, you do gain that knowledge, you do gain that perspective, that truth even, okay? Or yeah, you may, yeah, that's what I meant to say. Like, you may realize a certain truth here. The card under the deck was the Ace of Cups. That's so funny because Leo also had that card in that same position. So you could be dealing with a Leo, okay? This is the card for Leo here with the King of Wands. So this could represent that maybe there is a Leo in your environment, or some sort of fire sign that's in your environment that is giving you, you know, just this limitless support through everything. Okay. You guys are, you know, doesn't have to be, you know, a love situation, right? But it could be where, you know, just there's just this person that is just really in your corner, and they're really involved, and they do want to see you, you know, do things that are going to line up for, you know, your better. Let's pull some clarification here. Whoa, whoa. There's way too many cards to fall out. Let's try this one more time. Spirit, please allow us to get 3 cards to clarify. Okay, so we have the Tower again. All right. We have the 4 of Wands. So again, your home, your stability. And then we have the King of Cups now. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, Virgo. So yeah, so definitely, you know, definitely a lot of sudden changes. I do feel like, you know, what you do decide to do, again, is going to kind of leave everyone else like in, you know, kind of like a shock and awe, you know. However, I do feel like you are doing it though, because, you know, you're trying to, again, lead yourself to a more like emotionally like balanced sort of state here. Or what you're really trying to do is you're really just trying to just feel a lot more content with your surroundings. Whew. All of that. All of that. And I feel like the last sentence just kind of really summed up everything. Yeah, like Virgo, you're just really trying to, you know, not understand your surroundings, but it's more so you're just trying to just get a lot of, you know, just, you're just trying to be more balanced. You're trying to be more practical about certain things, as opposed to being very emotional here. And I think that for a lot of things, for a lot of this time in March, maybe Virgo, you have been approaching situations very emotionally. However, I feel like now it's kind of where you're being asked to say, okay, you know what? No, let me look at things on a more practical level. Let me look at things coming from, you know, my home, or, you know, my home environment, or just, you know, anything that I feel like gives me stability here. All right. And you're just trying to figure out what you can do to make yourself more comfortable, more content, and you know, you're not afraid to make the certain changes and transformations, even if it does cause certain shakeups with the people that are around you. Or, you know, certain things have already been shaking up and you're like, you know what, I need to go ahead and move to a more stable environment, or I need to put myself in a more stable, you know, mental space, or what have you. Okay. So let's pull some advice cards here to see how we can work through this energy, how we can, you know, navigate through this energy here. It's way too many cards. Okay, so again, so we have the chalice. All right. So again, we have another like kind of Ace of Cups kind of deal, but rejuvenation and fulfillment. So yeah, so Virgo, you really have to do what's going to bring you the most fulfillment here. No matter how anybody else feels about it, no matter how it's going to shake things up and change things up in the future, or how things have changed up or shaped up in the past, you have to really do what's right for you, Virgo. You have to do what's going to bring you the most stability here, okay? So hey, even if that means, like I said, you got to tie up some loose ends from, you know, your old cycle so that you can move into something else and something new. You're definitely going to be doing that. You do have ideas coming. You do have certain truths that are coming your way. So be prepared for that, Virgo. But ultimately, definitely, this is going to be talking about for a lot of you when it comes to your stability, when it comes to your environment around you, or just maybe even the people that are around you in your environment. Yeah, you're definitely undergoing a lot of changes and transformations just to get yourself into a more comfortable, more content state of mind, or, you know, a more comfortable setting, like practically. Okay, Virgo. So let me know how that works out for you guys towards the for this end of March reading. Okay. Yeah, definitely a lot of changes, but you guys, I feel like you definitely can work through it. If anybody can work through it, it's definitely Virgo. You guys are very organized. I feel like you are going to be getting through this, you know, in a pretty organized fashion here with the Eight of Swords. You're definitely going to be very detailed. Okay. So you guys, let me know again how this works out for you. I do appreciate your likes and your comments. And if you haven't subscribed already, I do invite you to, okay, Virgo? So you guys enjoy the rest of your March, and I'll see you guys in April. Bye.